Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and we have Isaiah Thomas, maybe one of the only NBA players I could conceivably post up in a game, although I suspect I would never catch the ball because you'd front me, I'd imagine, right?
I wouldn't front you. I'll let you catch it.
All right, great. Well, let's talk about shooting because we're not going to be posting up here today. We have a bunch of things we've been talking about as far as fundamentals, and I want your take on it. Are you a hop or are you a 1-2 shooter?
As much as possible, I try to be a 1-2 shooter, but there's sometimes in the games where 1-2 is just a little too slow for me, especially when like coming off a pick and roll and a bigger guard is trailing me. I feel like if I can hop into it, sometimes it gets my shot off a little quicker.
So what you're saying is that hop to you is a little bit more explosive, a little bit quicker?
Yes, and it gets me to jump a little higher. So sometimes I gotta make adjustments in the air just because guys use their length on me and they can affect my shot.
Okay, now let's talk about the turn. 10 toes to the rim is sort of not what the great shooters are doing. You have a turn when you shoot it. Something you learn, something that you do?
I think it's just something I've always done. So it's something I continue to do even in my workouts. So it's something I feel comfortable with, and I learned that you don't always got to shoot the perfect shot, but you shoot the shot you feel comfortable with and the shot you can work on.
And what do you think the turn helps you with when you do it, that extra 10-degree turn?
Just squaring your body to the basket. I think like all good shooters say, no matter if you're fading away, no matter if you're off balance, if you're square to the hoop, that gives you a better chance of making the shot. Okay.
The dip, when you catch the ball, bringing it down a couple inches or for rhythm, something that you do?
I think sometimes. I mean, I watch a lot of film. I try not to dip because you want to stay low and be hands ready, shot ready. But at the same time, there's sometimes you may dip, and sometimes I know I do. So, but I try to stay away from it because it does make my shot a little slower and makes it easier for guys to close out.
Okay, and the last one is the sway, letting your feet flow forward on the release. Not like your whole body vertical, but your feet going forward, which I think you have a little bit of a nice one. Was that taught to you?
It wasn't. It's something I didn't even really realize I did until going into college. I mean, I didn't know that a lot of times my feet, I'm jumping forward, but that's, somebody once told me it's good for smaller guards to do it. I don't know why, but I'm going to stick with it.
Is that something you think that we should be teaching at lower levels as a fundamental? I think
so. I think so because it gives you ability to shoot it a little deeper, but at the same time, you're jumping forward, so it gives you a great center of gravity.
Well, terrific stuff, and thanks for joining us. And don't forget, sports fans, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in? You in, Isaiah?
I'm in.